Coming onto the podium, the team AG2R La Mondiale, run by Laurent Biondy, the former points race world champion, and Vincent Lavenue, also a former professional rider on the Tour de France. The AG2R La Mondiale team rolling out some great riders. Vincent Lavenue coming out. He discovered the Tour de France alongside Stephen Roche and Julien Jordi taking his place beside him. The team is made up of a Slovenian rider, several times national champion, fourth in the Paris-Nice. He shone on the Dauphiné Libéré where he finished in the top 10, Tadej Valjavec, the Slovenian rider. The first criterion is to bring the best possible team to the biggest race in the world. It's up to us to make the right choice. We know that since the start of the year, there have been riders who we can't refuse. And when it comes to the final selection, 8 or 10 days before, there is always a handful of riders fighting for the final places. So it's always a tricky choice. Because we know that between the 9th and 10th place, there's not a lot of difference between the riders. Unfortunately, we have to make a choice, and that dents the morale of those not selected. Runner-up in the Points Race World Championships, winner of the Tour de l'Avenir and the Tour de la Somme, Christophe Riblon, who has been selected for the Olympic Games in Peking. Put your hands together. Christophe Riblon starting the Tour, the vice points race world champion. The years have no effect on him. Last year he was the best French rider on the Tour. He also shone in the 4 days of Dunkirk. He's the older brother of the pro cycling world, Stéphane Goubert, best French rider on the Tour last year. In the team also, by his side, a very skillful rider. He was among the best on the World Championships. The World Cyclocross champion. Last year he shone in the Pyrenees on the Tour de France. John Gadry. John Gadry knows the region well. He comes here a lot. And he's on the starting line of the biggest race in the world cycling, the Tour de France. The physical aspect is essential. You need riders who can go the distance on the hardest race in the world. You need experience too, because the Tour de France is a race where you have to make an effort at the right moment, use the right tactic. So we have a few experienced riders. Then there's the riders' ability to get along with each other, because when you have a group that gets on really well together, it's always an advantage rather than a group that doesn't get on well at all. A rider who shone in the Swiss Championships, he won in Eastberg. He was on the podium in the Tour de la Somme and Paris-Bourges. Martin Elmiger in the top 10 in the World Championships. We also have a Russian rider who was 6th on the Vuelta and a stage winner. He finished 3rd on the Mediterranean Tour and shone on the Dauphiné Libéré, Vladimir Efimkin. Vladimir Efimkin, 6th in the Vuelta and a cornerstone of the team. Objective number one is a stage victory. We didn't miss out by much, by just 5 millimeters. I hope it isn't finished. We have 2 riders in the top 15, that's where we are now, so that's not bad. We're in the top 5 of the team classification, so we're in with a chance. All I hope is that we get that stage win, even if today, after what's happened, Vladimir Efimkin effectively won the stage after Rico was disqualified. But it doesn't have the same buzz as a real victory with the podium, the air kissing with the ladies, the lion and the flowers. So that's ruined things a bit. We're not happy with Rico because he deprived Vladimir Efimkin of this pleasure and he deserved it. A rider from the Rhône-Alpes region who has already been well placed on the Tour de Suisse, Giro and Vuelta. He's riding his first Tour de France and he's a very exciting climber. Hubert Dupont. Hubert Dupont riding his first Tour de France. Also in the team, by his side, we find José Luis Arrieta, model teammate and stage winner on the Vuelta. And at the head of the team, a man who suffered last year. He hasn't had the chance to produce a great season this year. He's back with a vengeance. Let's not forget he was yellow jersey on the Tour in 2006, 6th in the GC. This year he won a stage on the 4 days of Dunkirk. He was a stage winner in Catalonia, stage winner on the Criterium Dauphiné Libéré, Cyril Dessel. There are still chances to be had. We have a team that is very concentrated, very team-spirited. We haven't missed many breaks except in the first week because we don't really have a flat-race team. So there are still chances. We just have to grab them. I also think that teams come in the image of their managers and founders, and this team is my baby, my own baby. I created it in 1992, and when I sign up riders, I try to make sure they adhere to our philosophy and values. I make sure there's something there.